Hello everyone, this is part 4 of my update, and as I said in my last part, we'll be getting to the NAM temperatures as you see in front of you here. Okie dokie. Alright, so, looks like the NAM is showing some pretty cold air working its way into the plains there, just like that. Pretty cold up in the UP of Michigan. Freezing line is kind of right along here for the northeast, like right like that currently. Alright, so we'll see how that advances in time. Alright, so freezing line advances back quite a bit, whole state of Maine above freezing. That is actually 2 a.m. tonight. So, yeah, upstate New York still looks pretty good for snow. Michigan, UP doing great. Let's move forward another 6 hours. And wow. Nam thinks parts of parts of Florida will be at 100 degrees by 8 a.m. tomorrow. If I believe this is correct. Yeah, this is for 8 p.m. tonight, 2 a.m., 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Interesting. Also thinks that 75 degrees will be right along here. I love that Nam, huh? Alrighty. Can't even do good 12 hours out. Okie dokie. Shows the freezing line really not even in Canada. Alright. Yeah, so freezing line is kind of into regions of northern Vermont, upstate New York. Let's move forward another 6 hours. I think that'll change. Yes, it did change. Cold air working its way down. UP and Michigan still below freezing. Looks like parts of Michigan. I mean, I think this is the 35 line. The 35 line right up there. I think these regions up here could see snow at that time, even though most of the snow will be coming tonight, ending by mid-morning. Sorry about that. And yeah, freezing line for New England is right in here. Right, some pretty cold air. I believe that's below um, 30 or 25. 30, 30. So pretty cold air working its way into New England. Yeah, 35 line is kind of cutting mass right in half. Yeah, let's move forward another 6 hours. Alright, so now we're looking at, this is 8 p.m. Wow, I can see that freezing line get all the way down into parts of Iowa, perhaps northern Arkansas. Definitely Kansas City will be a little chilly by tomorrow night, below 30. Freezing line for New England up in here like this, getting cold up into Michigan, UP of Michigan, getting nice and cold. Alright, 35 line now cutting here. This is pretty much at this time period right here for areas in New England, especially to see snow, freezing rain, anything other than rain. And you can see the freezing line just dips into the northern Berkshires there. And the 35 line is basically just outside the I-95 corridor. And it looks like right here you can see this pretty dang steep temperature gradient right there. It goes 32 to above 35 right in that little distance right there. And there is a little bit of elevation out there. I actually know that area quite well. Up near it's southwest of Saranac Lake, for those of you who know that or live there. Yeah, alright, let's move forward another 6 hours into the night more. Freezing line kind of advances back some. Alright, UP and Michigan, there could be some scattered snow showers back into here. There'll be snow. Yeah, 40 line is right here for Massachusetts and such. So it's going to be quite difficult to see even some mixing going on along the Massachusetts border. I really think wintry precip will be confined to higher elevations and such. All right, getting pretty dang warm on what is this, Saturday here. Thinks that parts of Florida could be seen. I believe that's 110. I'm pretty sure is that kind of gray. Not too sure, but definitely 100. So it looks like Florida is going to be very hot Saturday, according to the NAM. 75 mark, kind of up into here like this, pretty much the whole southern part of the country. Yeah, but still, I mean, not extremely warm, getting a little warm along the East Coast, but a little bit colder back into Michigan and the Great Lakes region. Right? And now we're going to look at the wrap, which is a model I don't typically show you as I don't have these video updates all that often right before the storm. But the wrap is a rapid refresh model. And yeah, here we go. Alright, it's kind of hard to see this map. Colors are kind of weird. Probably should have gotten it in white. But here's the center of pressure as of, this is probably a while ago by the time anyone even watches this or it's uploaded. So, but the center of pressure is right in here. Alright. Actually, this will be right around when you watch it, most likely, if you watch it right as it's out. And yeah, it kind of shows some thunderstorms at squall line. Yeah, right in there. Alright. And pretty much nothing going on. I believe it shows them blowing up quite a bit. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Alright, ready? Look at that. Right as we head into the overnight hours with that temperature change, really thinks things are going to blow up. Storm will really get cranking. Center of pressure here. It looks like these regions could be seen perhaps over a half an inch. What is that? Like central to eastern Alabama could be seen over a half an inch in an hour with that squall line. Kind of the final push of that line through the extreme southeastern states. Nothing really going on up in New England. Looks like Michigan, those areas, Indiana, Ohio could be seeing some rain, sleet, or snow. Right, depending on what your temperature is. Still pretty heavy rain associated with that squall line right into these regions. Alright, Florida, southern Florida getting some showers, perhaps some pop-up thunderstorms right in there. Alright, if we move forward another 2 hours into the night, looks like it also shows it kind of calming down a bit, perhaps some just like kind of scattered thunderstorms. Alright, really calming down into there. And I believe it blows up yet again. Probably does. Yep. Pretty predictable. Still shows, I mean, this is a squall rain right here, but you can see the real center of it, the real meaty stuff, the real thunderstorms that are capable of producing damaging things right into that region, moving kind of a east-northeast movement, more of a northeast movement on the general perspective of things, but yep. Some kind of moderate precip going on into Michigan, Great Lakes regions, perhaps some kind of bands making their way across into New England, upstate New York, and into some stuff, perhaps some scattered showers down into New Jersey and those regions. We move forward again, kind of that line advances, alright, perhaps some heavier thunderstorms in the southern parts of Georgia, moving over Florida, that squall line. Move forward another 6 hours. Looks like it dies off yet again. Some scattered stuff just going on in the more northern part of the east. Then that squall line picks up again as the center pressure is right in here. Right, that's kind of beginning its transfer of energy to the Atlantic, and you can see that squall line popping up again. Perhaps some heavy thunderstorms kind of making their way south of the Outer Banks there. Right, and yeah, that's what we have for the MSLP of the wrap. The other thing about the wrap is it has simulated radars, alright? So first I'm going to show you just plain old radar reflectivity, alright? And it's measured in dBz, which is level of intensity, alright? 70 is the greatest, 5 is the lowest. Kind of this lighter stuff. And yeah, kind of some lighter stuff over into the western part of the country. You can see that squall line right there, right into those regions. Some pop-up thunderstorms over the Florida Keys and the peninsula. Some more heavier thunderstorms right into these regions right here, kind of central Tennessee, northern Alabama, extreme northwestern Georgia, perhaps a little bit of southern Kentucky. All right, let's move forward. I believe 2 hours or an hour, something like that. Let's move forward a little bit. All right. Some thunderstorms beginning to fire up into here. Some snows up in here. Pretty light to moderate snow there. All right. If we move forward yet again, still you can see the heaviest of storms kind of in the northern central part of it. Pretty moderate precip in these regions. Perhaps some bands kind of moving through Massachusetts, some lighter stuff through northern New England. Moderate stuff beginning to work its way into Syracuse, that area. Southern Florida getting some kind of moderate stuff there. Yeah, move forward again. All right. Looks like intensification goes down a bit as the storm kind of wants to transfer its energy to the coast. Yeah, pretty much all moderate precip in the regions where there's greens. Yeah, if you move forward again, kind of some lines forming here. Those will probably have some pretty heavy thunderstorms. Perhaps some heavier thunderstorms firing up into Pennsylvania. Rain and snow beginning to move into New England there. Alright. That kind of squalling begins to advance. Oops, sorry about that, but beginning to advance like that. Alright. And kind of most precip exiting out of the UP of Michigan, kind of moving its way into New England, giving New England their cut of the storm. Let's move forward again. Alright. Yeah, you can see it keep going. Looks like Massachusetts is staying pretty dry right now. New York City, perhaps some thunderstorms to your east. And yeah, that squall line kind of moving its way offshore. Some moderate stuff in Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Looks like some thunderstorms moving through North Carolina there. Nothing too strong, nothing really severe, I don't think. Yeah, we can move forward again. Alright, storm advances. Moderate precip. Alright, nothing really going on in Massachusetts still. Looks like there could be some bands moving into Maine. Alright, now let's look at the composite. Since it's the same exact thing, it just, to explain it to you, it's kind of like a bunch of different little radar scanners across the region that are put together to create this image, right? And I just want to point out you can really see that spin right in there, producing the squall line, and that will move. Oop, it'll move that way. It'll move that way, like that. All right, and it's gonna kind of play these images for you. All right, you see that go? You can really see it spinning up. Energy from the Gulf of Mexico. Alright. Still not showing anything too severe. I think our severity will go down for tomorrow. I don't really expect anything. As we saw some tornadoes today. Alright, and that continues to move. Still some lingering stuff you can see back into Michigan, UP of Michigan. Some snows. Nothing still going on in Massachusetts. Squall line beginning to move offshore. And that is all I have for you guys at last, alright? So, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, like my page on Facebook, Eastern US Weather. Could really appreciate the feedback and such. Alright, that's all I have for you in your update. Expect a rainy, sleety, miserable Friday. Alright, good night, everyone.